Good morning, everybody. It is day three in Kitmans with the team, and we have a full program from meeting the mayor to attending a community meeting to doing some, interviews and everything. I think the team and I is excited. So yeah, let us get to the team. We just quickly having some coffee, or rather, they want cappuccino, but the girls want to go for chocolate. So while we brainstorming, and then we will definitely take you guys along everywhere. I'm a project coordinator for the children's movement. So I think Uncle Kenny told you a bit about it. As he's our director. So the project started up in 1996 with his mother, the late Miss Williams. In 2014, it was then changed to the children's movement because it started off as the girl child movement to accommodate the boys as well because the boys felt quite left out within the community and schools. So what the children's movement do, we try to educate, empower, and mold young people to take up future leadership positions. Our aim of with the projects need to fall under the six principles we fully stand with, which is respect for yourself, respect for others, critical thinking, participatory democracy, self-sustainability, and the last one, respect for the environment. So whenever we do projects, we always make sure that they follow the six principles. So we had a club in Kitman since 2013. We had a project coordinator here was Evelyn Akane, but then unfortunately she had to leave us in 2019. So then there was no children's movement. So what we do, we go visit the various schools. In Kitmans, we have four schools and one primary school that we work at. Establish a children's movement club where the students then have to do projects that's beneficial for their school and then also for the community they stay in. So many of the projects the kids have been doing so far is cleanup campaigns because they want to keep the town clean. We had some awareness campaigns where they had a Kids Awareness Day at Pia Cavaliers, and then also KSS also had the same. And now the kids want to start with fundraising so that they can start buying supplies. One of the main projects we do is our reusable sanitary pad, which was started in South Africa, 2017. It was called hashtag Power of 10 Million Girls, where they wanted to put back 10 million girls in school. Because we've noticed about 60 days of a girl's school year, they would miss out because they don't have access to sanitary pads. So since 2017, we got training on how to make the pads, the reusable sanitary pads, and now we're trying to have a whole hygiene kit to hand out to the kids. When we came to Kid Months earlier this year, we asked the kids what are the projects they want to involve themselves in. And hygiene was highlighted as one of them, where the kids felt the need to get educated on hygiene and then also to have access to hygiene material, which is soaps, toothpaste, and stuff. We heard yesterday many of the hostels, like in Says and Falgras, where the kids are, they don't have access to this. They don't have beds. At times the girls would run out of beds, and we noticed they cut the hostel mattresses, they use newspapers, old clothing, plastic bags, toilet paper, which is very unhealthy for a girl, and how are we restoring a girl's dignity? So the intent of this project, Your Worship, is for us to restore dignity of our girls. Not only that, but to educate the boy child as well on hygiene, how he can take care of his sister at home, how he can be a role model as a brother, and not feel uncomfortable to talk about stuff like menstruation. We need to bath constantly, and we need to be presentable. So Leader Easter and Miss Annalise reached out to us about a month ago. They asked us to come do some training with the people as to making the pads. So the pads, we don't just give it out, but we rather have workshops where we invite the participants and we make the pads with them. We teach them how to make the pads, and this we're teaching them on self-sustainability. So we started off yesterday with 30 participants that came, people in the community that really showed interest into making the pads, and the volunteers, they can, if they can attest to that, it was really amazing just to have mothers come out, their sisters come out, and then we're conversating about the pets and stuff. And like I said, the main aim for us is to have a little hygiene kit like this. So your hygiene kit will contain a instruction card that tells you about your menstruation cycle. Also, it will show you how to wash it and how to take care of the pad. It comes in a bag like this, so the girl can at least take it with her to school if it is that she might be on her periods that day. And then this is how the reusable sanitary pad looks like. So it consists of four layers, which is your cotton, wrap net jersey, and then also a waterproof layer to prevent any leakage or something like this. I know it's not the best of ways, but to many this is better than anything else, like newspapers, towels, and mattresses like that. This can keep you for about 3 years. After 3 years, then the material starts becoming like that. But I mean, if you have to calculate about pads cost, $30 a month, 30 times 12 a month, how much does a mother have to spend? With this, at least you know you have about 3 years. So when we give the girls this, we want to give them three pads, and then these are boosters just to attach when you have a heavy flow. You get it with this, you get it with your bag, and then we're also trying to put in some hygiene materials like a soap, a washlap, a tana borsal, a cream, and a mum. And then the aim of the hygiene packet is to actually allow companies to sponsor one for a child. So we will be selling this one for $200. That includes your pads, your whole sanitary box, and then the companies that will be sponsoring them to the girls. So what we also want from the community is they identify girls that really need this. Because when we gave the pads in Marintal, many of the kids just took it and they threw it into their cupboards. They didn't make use of it. And then the ones that really had to get access to them didn't benefit at all. So this is now what we're starting in Kitmans, and we would just also, like we said, to involve the council more, because this is stuff that actually affect the community.
Definitely.
And to hear mothers yesterday come to us, they even asked us to go to the location, Ileni and what's the other location daar so? The boys, yeah, it's even the boys that came and told us that as kinders wat sukkel met pets, hulle het nie toegang na hierdie pets toe nie, mense wat in armoede bly, wat die en hierdie gaan, ja, verstaan. En hierdie gaan regtig beneficial vir hulle is. So we spoke to Uncle Kenny on the way, and he said we have to come make a turn at your office. And then we also just have some stuff that we want to discuss with you regarding youth involvement in the council, how we can try to make it a one thing. Because at the moment, the people look at the council as being for groot mense. They don't know also that they can also play a role within the municipality in keeping the town that is at one. So the team will then just introduce themselves and then just discuss some matters with us.
So my name is Jesus. I've been part of the children's movement for about 4 years. Started off as a member, but now I'm a mentor. So the children's movement actually is a very empowering organization. Honestly, if I had to speak of how I entered the movement, I had low self-esteem, I could not speak out, and then now all these things, education programs, I've gained confidence, and here I am now as a mentor. The thing is that what I wanted to know is that what is the council's involvement towards the youth? What provisions does the council have for the youth? And what can the children's movement actually do to maybe look at those ideas and also collaborate to make sure that those ideas are actually out there for the youth?
Or should we go to the next one?
Yes, yes, please.
Good day, sir. My name is History, and I'm a mentor at TCM. Um, my question is, in terms of how you have calculated, in terms of your um, academics of how the children are doing in your region, we've seen that one of the highest potential is that we have, creativity, right? And I was just asking in terms of now, how does the council identify those who have creativity potential apart from academic potential? Because what we have realized as an organization is that we have decided to go on ways that would benefit a child who cannot be academically gifted but have the potential probably to go there and become more artistic if they have artistic skills. And we know that in our country, when it comes to the art industry, it's not really an industry that is looked upon. But I would love to know if the council has probably a way of molding those young ones to take up those arts and make a living out of it.
Good morning, sir. My name is Ambapi, and I only have two questions for you. Like, how many project, how many project have you done so far this year, and what are your plans for the youth?
Good morning, Your Worship. My name is Alpheus Shibokini, a mentor for the children's movement. I don't really have to say like a question, but then this is to whether ask the council, since the council works with the youth, maybe it would be a great project to just involve the youth that the council is working with the children's movement, and then work together in helping out the community, but not helping out in a way of donating to the community, but teaching the community, teaching the youth so they can be sustainable and help out where they can. In that way, I believe we will not only be solving the problem for the meantime, but rather,
Good morning. My name is Benny Waka. I'm a mentor at TCM. I have two questions. Um, I've studied the housing in the rural areas. So, as the council, I wanted to ask, isn't there a way, as the council, that improvement can be done on it? And I've seen kids just walking around in the streets. Can we provide like playgrounds and etc. More stuff like that? Educational facilities like libraries that are open till 24/7 during weekends, providing free internet access for the less fortunate, because they can open doors for them at a lot.
Good morning, Your Worship. My name is MJ. I just want to emphasize on what my colleague Vistry said, in the sense of creativity, because at the end of the day, the youth have the skills, they just don't know where to apply the skills. But if you create an environment where by certain youth teach the following youth, it's easier to learn from your age mates than it is to learn from someone that has, you know, a prior gap from you because of the misunderstandings, and so it's a thing of whereby the youth get taught by the youth. So we should create a scenario whereby most of the kids, instead of being out in the streets, they will come together and create projects that they know the rest will be interested in once they see the finished projects, to get them more involved and spread the word. Yeah.
Honorable youth member answer some of the questions because he was the only one who never he haven't posed any question. He just put some solutions on the table. Okay, council's involvement with the youth. It's honestly speaking, it's a problem. Presently, we are not really involved in the youth as it is supposed to be. One of the reasons is I informed my counselors that I believe in the principle of doing things with the youth. All these years, we know that things were imposed on the youth. Not really that they like it or not. They were just, they need to accept it. And I believe if someone have not buy in anything, you won't get results out of it. So but it's culture, you know. Our parents never involve us when they want to buy a new house or when they want to buy a new car. We as kids, we are not involved. So things have unfortunately changed. You need to consider the needs of the youth. And we realize our needs are not the youth's needs. So there are a lot of room for improvement. And I therefore really appreciate such courtesy calls from the youth.